Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for this month's Make and Take program at the South Milwaukee Public Library. My name is Bethany, I'm one of your reference librarians, and this month we are going to be learning how to make an upcycled woven coaster out of an old CD. So when it's done, instead of a finished one here, it's going to look kind of like this, just with different colors. So it's just a simple weaving project, but it looks really cool. Nice soft coaster to save your wood surfaces. So to participate in this program, just stop into the library to pick up our craft kit starting on January 13th, and then this video premieres on the 20th. And everything you need is going to be in a craft kit. For the most part, you're going to have just an old CD that we're not using anymore. It's usually audiobooks. One of the CDs was damaged, so we have to get rid of the whole thing, unfortunately. So we saved those for this program. You will have a craft needle, some crochet thread, this thin thread here, and then a couple different colors of yarn. Each kit's going to be a little bit different. And the only thing you'll need from home is going to be a pair of scissors to trim your yarn. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take the crochet thread and we're going to create the loom on the CD. A really important thing to note with this is you need to have an uneven number of spokes. It needs to be an odd number for the weaving to work. So what you're going to do is take the end of your thread and we're going to feed it through this side here, the hole in the CD. And then on the back, you can knot it right away if you'd like. I like to just hold it and knot it at the end. I think that's easier. But if you want to knot it right here, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to hang on to it, and then I'm going to start looping the thread around to make the spokes. So I just take the side of the yarn here, pull it under to the middle, and then I'm going to use my finger to push it up, grab it, and pull it through all the way. So then we have our first spoke, and we're starting the second one. So we're just going to keep doing that. You should have enough thread to do about 9, 11, maybe 13 spokes, as long as it's an odd number. I usually like to do 11. And just make sure it's fairly even as you're going around. You can adjust it later also before we start weaving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think that should be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So again, I can't stress enough, make sure you're doing an odd number. And then on the back, I'm going to set it down, grab the end of the string that we started with, and then I'm going to knot it to this one. You're going to want to knot it probably a couple times to make sure it's nice and tight. Go. It's one. There we go. Okay, and then just trim the ends of the yarn there, or the thread, excuse me. So now that we have our loom ready, we are going to take one of the first colors of yarn that you want to use for the center and just trim a piece off. Decent length, but the nice thing about this is it doesn't matter if you trim it too much because you can just tie the end onto the next piece when you switch another color, so don't worry too much about how long you cut it. So take one end, this might be a little better, and what you're going to do is tie it to one of the spokes near the center just to get started. Just a quick knot. just going to do a double one just to be safe. Okay, and then you can take your scissors. See, you've got that knotted on there. We're just going to trim off the extra. And then take your craft needle and we will thread this. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start weaving. So essentially you just want to go around the whole thing. You will go over one spoke, under the next one, and then over, under, and just keep going. So because we're tied to this one, we'll go over here and then under. Might be a little difficult for the first couple ones because the loom, the crochet thread is so close to the CD, but it'll get easier as you go. It. Just keep working around in a circle. So I went over that one, so under this one. Over, under. Just going to kind of adjust the spokes a little bit here. More even. There we go. Over, under, over, under. And then once we get around here once, you see I can take the knot at the beginning and we'll kind of tuck that in and hide it so that won't be too noticeable when we're done. And you should start to see that as now we're starting on the second go around, it's the opposite of the first one. So on this spoke here, we had went under before, and now we're going over, and that's what makes the pattern. Once you are ready to change colors, or you just want to do more of the same color and your thread starts getting a little shorter here, it's really simple. All you have to do is just take the end and then you're just going to knot it to the end of the next color you want to use. So I think I'm actually just going to keep doing orange for a little bit longer. So I'll trim off another piece here and just knot it together. And then trim the ends. Threads here, and then we just keep going. So again, that's the same thing with if you switch to a new color. Once you are at the end, you have your coaster at a stopping point that you like. All you have to do with the end of whatever yarn is left is just flip it over, and we're just gonna weave it around the back a little bit to secure it. Pull it through like that. And then you can knot it off if you like, just to make it more secure. Put a couple knots there, trim the end, and there we have it. That is our coaster. So again, thank you guys for joining us for the instructional video portion of this program. Hope you guys have a lot of fun with your weaving projects at home, and we would love it if you would share pictures with us in the comments. Thanks, we'll see you next month.